Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to learn one of the most important topic in the R programming language, that is vectors. Vectors means what? In R programming, everything is stored in the vectors. So what is vector? A vector is a collection of elements which everything must be in the same data type, and it must be in the single dimensions, and which is created by the function C and assigning element also, and it is a fundamental data structure in R. Now let's see how to create a vector. Creating a vector, for example, x is a variable, and this is assigns the vector to the variable x, and we'll use a C function which is combine the elements into a vector. Now next, types of vectors: numerical vectors, character vectors, and logical vectors. Numerical vectors contains numbers used for quantitative data, whereas character vectors contains text such as A, B, C, D, and logical vectors contains true or false used for binary or logical characters. Next, useful functions in vectors are length, minimum, sum, maximum, mean, and sort. Now let's see a practical examples on vectors. Now let's see the examples for creating a vectors, types of vectors, indexing, accessing, and the uh, everything related to the vectors. Okay, first creating a vectors. X assigning 1 minute. X assigning, we are using a C function for creating a vectors. Next we are calling a variable x, then the output is 1 2 3. Now types of vectors are three: logical vectors, character vectors, and numerical vectors. Let's see logical vectors. Logical vectors means true or false. True, false. Next, true. Let's call L, then its answer is true and false. Next, let's see the character vector. We are using C function for even that. Or next, Python. Let's call variable A, then our output is R and Python. Next is numerical vectors. Let's take a variable n, assigning symbol, and C function even that. And numerical vectors is only numerics, then we call the n variable, then we got the output 1 2 3 e. Next is accessing the elements. Let's take x as a variable and a C function 10 20 30 40 and 50. Accessing means we can also call as indexing, and in R, indexing starts from 1. So let's take for example x of 1, it gives the first element. Next, if we take x 2 is to 4, it gives the elements from position 2 to 4. And if we take negative indexing, it removes the first element. This is very useful when handling the data sets and modifying the vectors. Next, x of 1, I'm modify first position 10, I'm modifying to 100, and then we call x, then 10, first position, and we got here, we gave here 10, but after modifying we get 100 here. Next, so we can modify any elements using indexing. Here I changed the first element to the 100. Next topic is vectorized operations, like A, function C 1 2 3, and B 4, 5, 6. Let's take A plus B. Here arithmetic operations, everything are performed operations element wise. This is called vectorized operation. So instead of writing loops, R automatically applies operations to all the elements. This makes R is very powerful for data analysis also. So we can use vectorization for data analysis, and one more, indexing or accessing we can use for handling the data sets. Next is recycling the rule. For example, A function C, next B, C of 10, 20, A plus B. Now here both vectors are not equal length. First, A element is having A variable having 4 elements, and B variable having 2 elements. So here it is unequal length, but R automatically repeats the shorter vector. This is called recycling rule. R repeats 10, 20 again to match the longer one. Here 1 plus 10, 11, and 2 plus 20, 22, and it repeats again. 10 plus 3, 13, and 20 plus 4, 24. So it repeats the shorter one again to match the longer one. Next, useful functions in R programming and in vectors. Like, let us take an example, and now let's call the variable x, and let's see the functions length of the functions. X variable, assigning, taking function c. Next, we are calling a variable x. Now let's see the functions. Sum of x 150, it's takes 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40 plus 50. And next, mean of x 30, and minimum of x 10, maximum of x 50. Sort of x, already it is in sorting order. Let's take another example for sort. And what length of x 5. And let's see another example for sorting. Now let's see function sort of x. It's done. So this is the logical filtering, very important for data science. Let's see x 49 logical. This returns only elements greater than 25. This technique is heavily used in the data filtering or also even for analysis also. And let's see an example, like a real world example. Marks, function C 85, 90, 78, 92, 88. Let's see mean of marks 86 mean, and let's see marks who got greater than 85. We need to keep a square brackets here. Imagine these are the student marks. We can easily calculate average marks by function, and we can also find the marks who got greater than or the above 85. This is how vectors are used in the real data analysis, and today we understood the vectors completely from creation to the all the topics like recycling rule and filtering. Vectors are the heart of R programming. In next video we'll learn list in R, which allows us to store the different data types together. If you found this video helpful or useful, please like, share and subscribe to Data Science 25. Thank you.